Guru Mata Pita, Guru Bandhu Sakha, Tere Charanon mein Guru, Mera koti pranam. Tere Charanon mein Guru, Mera koti pranam. Tumi Jnana Data, Tumi Shakti Data, Tumi Jnana Data, Tumi Shakti Data, Tumi Shanti Data, Tumi Mukti Data, Tumi Shanti Data, Tumi Mukti Data. Tere Charanon mein Guru, Mera koti pranam. Tere Charanon mein Guru, Mera koti pranam. Tumi sadhana, Tumi aradhana, Tumi sadhana, Tumi aradhana, Tumi premadana, Tumi karana, Tumi premadana, Tumi karana, Tumi pranapati, Tumi rakshamera, Tumi pranapati, Tumi rakshamera. Tere Charanon mein Guru, Mera koti pranam. Tere Charanon mein Guru, Mera koti pranam. Guru Mata Pita, Guru Bandhu Sakha, Tere Charanon mein Guru, Mera koti pranam. Tumi Vidata, Tumi Parampita, Tumi Vidata, Tumi Parampita, Tumi Raj Dhiraj, Guru Maharaj, Tumi Raj Dhiraj, Guru Maharaj, Guru Mata Pita, Guru Bandhu Sakha, Tere Charanon mein Guru, Mera koti pranam. Tere Charanon mein Guru, Mera koti pranam. Tere Charanon mein Guru, Mera koti pranam. Well, welcome again to Mandir this morning. A little overcast sky, but anyway, it's bright enough for us because we are illuminated by consciousness. Consciousness is the one that brings light to every situation. You know, this morning, yesterday I listened to so many stories of devotees. And you know, one of the things that I'm finding out with parents, especially mothers, when they're having young children, they have no time for themselves. And understandably so, 2 child, one mother was saying. And she's juggling her job and the home and everything. But in that process, having a babysitter, very good one, she would have said. But she would have said also, she knows that she's neglecting herself. This is good because you cannot tell a mother not to do and spend all the time. But it also has to come to the point where each one of us have to spend time with ourselves. Myself as a Swamiji, if I don't do the sadhana every morning, that human effort to be in a relationship with God, and I put my attention and importance to that, to become like God, to be God-like, then the day would not be productive and I cannot give what I don't have. Because this morning, as I was going through, you get up and all these thoughts are coming from the previous day. and you have to clear them out. So I did the yoga asanas for 1.5 hours, starting around 4 o'clock, and then do meditation and exit the body, the energy, and go into earth atmosphere and then go into space. And then naturally you will be going into that place beyond space. And also you realize that you permeate all of creation, because from you, consciousness, when I say you, we're all there's a possibility for all of us, and this should be your goal in life. Swami Parameshananda would have said it. What is goal of life? Self-realization, universal emancipation. That what I'm describing here is this self-realization. That when you exit the body through after the yoga and the meditation, and you go into space, and then you go into consciousness, oh my God, it is so beautiful. That then you look back and you see, oh my, that for me, that consciousness, all of this that manifested, Mother Earth, our planetary system, everything that was manifested, the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space, it came from me, consciousness. And then you start to get that bliss. It's not a pleasure, because when we put attention and importance to worldly life, mundane life, we're seeking pleasure, bodily pleasure. We want to accumulate, and we want to describe ourselves through what our Abhiman is telling us who we are. We are what we have. We are what we do. We are our reputation. We're different from each other. Think about it. Things are missing in our life, lack of contentment. And most of all, we have this notion that we're something less than what we really are, this consciousness. And this is the cause of our suffering. Now, COVID is here, and it's a blessing. You might say, oh, Swamiji, how could you say that? But it is a blessing, because this is preparing us for the life after, and also for this life. Because when we would have exit our body, or the body falls off, because consciousness is all pervading, is omnipotent, is all powerful, 100% and 100% of the time, and then omniscient. It's all knowing. It knows the past, present, and future. These are descriptions of us, not just of God. We have the potential and the possibility of being all of these things. Anyway, and then we are Satchidananda, and truth, consciousness, and bliss. If we choose to go to that, put our attention and importance to that, from where we came from. Kashtvam koha kutta ayata kame janani ko me tatta iti parivayu sarvam asaram vishwam tvaktva sapna vicharyam bhaja govindam bhaja govindam bhaja govindam amoramate prapti sanni hite marane nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karane. Now you see that sloka from Bhaja Govindam, that Sankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya is reminding us that think from where you came from and where you got to go. Realize that this is a dream that we're living. Wake up from the dream. And the only way to do it through a guru. Let us pay adorations to Swami Parameshananda ji. Dhyana Moolam Guru Murti, Puja Moolam Guru Param, Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. Devotees, for me, Swami Parameshananda ji, he would have plucked me out of this mundane life. And it wasn't without his help. Imagine he leaving his body in 1941 and 1991, he would have plucked me out and have me all over the world. United Nations, building ashrams in Nepal and Gachilla, going for conflict resolution in Syria and Lebanon, spiritual harmony in Australia, and so many countries, like 30 countries. And, because I'm making the human effort. he must have known that I'm not the kind of a Swamiji he would want to sit in an ashram and be contented with that, but to go and take challenges. Because when I would have gone to do tsunami relief or in Andhra Pradesh, and then doing cyclone relief in Orissa, and going to Sabrimala to do medical relief. He knows that I have the potential to adjust myself to live a very simple life. And this is something that we all have to do. Anyway, coming back to what the message I want to say today, that we have this notion that we shouldn't be spending time with ourselves, meaning that we have to do some form of exercise, some form of meditation, because even with the children, when they grow big, parents will be left alone. That's why parents have to take the time out to build their spiritual life in the midst of all of this also. You might say, well, Swamiji, this you don't understand. I do understand. Sometimes get up early in the morning before the children are awake. Spend 15 minutes and do time for yourself. And this is the cause of suffering. I could see it. And during this time of COVID, it is more important that we do this. So this morning, let us all keep this message. Spend time with yourself. Don't give yourself an excuse because, oh, I have children, I have a job. No. If you really organize yourself, your time, you'll find the time. Do less of socializing, because in these times, don't be in the company of someone who you're not gaining anything. But if you want to help them, that's another story. But remember, you can't help someone if you can't help yourself. If you can't give what you don't have. So let us all think that like this, okay? And we're having a great guru like Swami Parameshananda Ji, Krishna Bhagwan. And I do a lot of interfaith work all over the world. And I grew up in Catholic school. So Christ, when I speak about the Christ, that I have that conviction that he is a manifestation of consciousness. But remember, I always say that the books do not give a complete or a true spiritual description of these great souls, like the Buddha. Buddha, like a householder, he came out after he was disgusted with all the pleasures the life supposedly offering. And he was disgusted, and then he went into austerity, eating cow dung from the young calves. That will be as austerity. But he found out that the middle part. Why? Because he was a prince in a palace, and then he went to this austerity where he emaciated his body. The skin on his belly was touching his back, and he was all bones and skin. And he said, nope, this is not going to be it. And then he did the meditation. He became the enlightened one, the Buddha from Siddhartha. And then he would have taught this message to the rest of the world. So many people levitated towards Buddhism. Nothing wrong with that. This is a good teaching. So when I speak about these great souls and all the spiritual masters, the great gurus, we have to think that they are the ones who will guide us. So this morning, find a great guru. I'm sure you have one already. If you don't, find a spiritual master. You have this Diksha guru, Panditjis, and so they will give mantras and so. But remember, they also have to lift themselves up. And they can only take you to a certain, teach you the academic side and the ritualistic side. But you have to, when you got that, then you have to move forward. And the great gurus will give you the opportunity to move forward. They'll encourage you to move forward, but not keep you back. So this morning, let us pay adorations to Surya Narayan. Here he has come finally. Om Bhare Bhava Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. O Surinarayan, you keep us in orbit, our Mother Earth, you keep in orbit, and all the planets around. You nourish us, you give us that heat and energy through your sunlight. And we thank you so much, we adore you. And devotee this morning, it's nice to have you with me. And let us live life, just not for this life, but the life after. Because when we go and the body falls off, we'll have a subtle body with all the five senses. So we will be experiencing whatever is there. And it's said that, that all the good we'll experience it in that interim period from when we leave this body to the next one. So we will enjoy the good in that subtle body, but we cannot do anything to help ourselves. And the bad also we'll experience in terms of suffering and real excruciating pain for an extended period of time. Makes a lot of sense. So make a point to yourself. Do as much good as you can, and then at least if you can make it in this lifetime to get your moksha, to go to a place of consciousness, then you would have gone so much closer in your next birth. Your next birth will be in a house of a religious person. Nay, better than that, in an enlightened home. And that's the best birth other than the one that if you got your moksha in this lifetime. So blessings from this morning, from His Pranavanandaji. Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. Aren't you feeling better when you're hearing these talks? Let it be in your life the whole day. That spiritual life is not a part-time professional, but a full-time preoccupation. Meaning, you just don't pray one in the day and then you don't keep God in your mind during the rest of the day. No, every breath that you take, you must think about God in the midst of everything. Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om.